Welcome to Brawlhalla.
Good evening, my friends. This is Paul, and tonight I'm going to be reviewing to you Brawlhalla, or what I would like to call Super Smash Bros. If you're on a budget. And when I mean a budget, that can't be overstated, because this game came out at the low price of nothing. That is right. You can download this game for free and experience what might be quite possibly the best priced and probably best of all Super Smash Bros. Simulator ever made. Now, there are microtransactions and there is an online mode, but I'm going to be reviewing only the offline and free-to-play stuff because, those online matches can get messy. Remember what I said in Mario Kart 8? Yeah, let's not forget that. Anywho, I'm the blue guy, as I will be for every match I'm showing, just in case you're getting confused by who's who. And yeah, this game takes a lot of inspiration from Smash Brothers. It has a couple of things to identify itself. For starters, none of the characters make grunts, so it's easier to focus on the raw sound effects of the swords and axes and whatever else they have, as well as the absolutely stunning music. Man, the music in this stage was so good, because it's based on Shovel Knight, that I actually turned off the sound effects for this particular match, because it's like, yeah, Shovel Knight! I hope they get some representation in Smash. Okay, enough about Smash. What about this game sets it apart? Well, the way it handles items is extremely interesting, because you have to make sort of a micromanaging choice of whether you want to hold on to one of your two weapons, which for my character involved either fists or a sword, although that varies between legends, as they call the fighters in this game, or picking up a standard item like a bomb or a spiky ball. In order to pick up one of those, you have to not be carrying a weapon. So you can throw your weapon at any time. You can also do triple jumps instead of just a double jump, like in Smash Brothers. And you can wall jump as many times as you want. Thankfully, most of the stages have a lot of walls, so that shouldn't be a problem. Your objective is to gradually build up the damage on each of your opponents, and then use a strong attack to send them off the bottom, sides, or top of the stage. You can set how many lives they want, but for some odd reason you can't select the CPU difficulty when you're playing offline. And you know what? For once, I'm actually okay with that, because this is intended to be an online experience. And I think the computer opponents are at a level where they're just tough enough, but not too easy, where I can have a good time without feeling like I'm overpowered or that I'm a newbie. I can feel like I'm just right. I can just jump right in and feel like I'm a super cool Star Wars ninja. The stage variety in this game is interesting, even if it doesn't take inspiration from specific properties most of the time, the obvious exception being a few Rayman and Shovel Knight stages here and there. Overall, the designs are okay. Nothing's gonna blow you away. But I do like how a lot of them involve a lot of what part of the terrain should I be worrying about right now. Should I drop down from this platform? Should I be lower to the ground? Should I be higher? There's a lot of careful strategizing that needs to go into the battles that I really enjoy. On the other hand, the lack of personality kind of hurts this game a little bit. It stinks that there's not really a true single-player campaign unless you count getting as good as possible in an online match. There's no mini-games that you can play offline. Yes, they added a Kung Fu tournament from Rayman Legends, but again, you have to be online to play that. So the offline experience is for the most part fairly limited, but thankfully it doesn't necessarily have to be that way, because it seems like you can actually get gold by doing other tasks, like the daily login bonus that you saw. So it's possible you might be able to unlock some of the stuff without the microtransactions, but it's going to be significantly harder. If you want to play as Shovel Knight or Rayman or any of the characters from Legends, you're going to have to be able to shell over some cash. And if this is supposed to be Super Smash Bros. On a budget, I can't say whether that's a good or a bad move, or just stupid, because if it's free to play, then the microtransactions have to be really worth your while, and if there's no single-player or adventure mode campaign, what's the point of purchasing a Shovel Knight character if you can't do anything special with him apart from it's another fighter in a generic fighting game. Now, these could be indie characters. I don't know. I'm not really judging. Most of the characters were blurred out at the selection screen for me. But I do like how this game gives you a lot of options. You can choose to make the match timed, or you can choose not to. You can even enter an offline tournament mode, and there are some training and tutoring things. It's odd how the game treats training and testing differently. Like, I wish there was just a dedicated mode where you can get better, and then the tutorial mode was sort of tied in with that. That was the word I was looking for. Sorry about that. As a result, when I was in the tutorial mode, there were certain cues that I didn't know about, which would probably have helped if I went into the training. But honestly, when you see tutorial versus training, how are you going to be able to tell the difference? So this game has subtle nuances of strategy, albeit not very much, because it's supposed to be one of those easy to learn, hard to master games. You can do standard attacks by pressing the Y button, or strong attacks by pressing X or A. If you do a strong attack in the air, it can be used for recovery. Which, trust me, you're going to need a lot with these very high in the air types of stages. The game has a nice cartoony, colorful vibe, and the smoke that comes out of the characters really makes me realize how much of a nice stylistic choice it was for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate to not necessarily go for the nitty-gritty realism. Because sometimes cartoony fighters get the job done. They just look more epic and more flashy. I had a lot of fun with Brawlhalla. And I think... Brawlhalla. I had a lot of fun with Brawlhalla, and I think you will too. I think you'll get the most enjoyment out of it if you go online, but the single-player mode still is a lot of fun for parties. The couch party mode is available offline, and you can indeed have up to 4 players duke it out with your own custom set of rules, as well as a good, maybe not terrific, nothing can beat 103 stages, but a decent selection of maps, and you can also set it so that you can vote for which map is the best instead of having one player hog the action. So there is something for everyone here, even if it's kind of hard to tell apart the fighters before you actually play them. Other than that, for being free, this is a spectacular value. I would have expected something far more inferior than this, but as it stands, I would have been willing to pay even like $5, $10, maybe $15 for this. As it stands, being free is one of the best things this game does, and thankfully it has more than just that, with epic music, great graphics, okay controls that become amazing once you get used to them, and once you have your niche character, you feel like a master Jedi. With that, I think you should absolutely download it now, and download it even quicker if you are looking for the online, or if you don't have the $60 to spend on Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and want something a bit more affordable. With that, thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoy your time with this and comparing it to Ultimate, when inevitably it will, especially because every game now that has the word Brawl or Melee in it is going to be compared to Smash Brothers. So with that, keep the faith, stay epic, God bless, and don't do this at home. You'll hurt someone. Bye.